Hey folks, Michael here with Mule Expedition Outfitters, and for this installment of our build series featuring the 2022 Toyota Tundra, we're going to be looking at all things on how we built this truck out, including the wheels, tires, and suspension. So we're just going to dive right into it. Starting off with, we upgraded from stock, went with the Mickey Thompson Baja Boss AT tires. Now this is a massive upgrade from any passenger tire that traditionally most vehicles come with from the manufacturer. Being an all-terrain tire, this thing is going to excel in anything from mud, sand, snow, dirt, any travels that you may come across, and it's going to do it well because of the all-terrain tread wear that it has. Now the Mickey Thompson tire itself is going to be in a 305/70 R18 size on this particular vehicle, and that is just shy of about a 35-inch tire, so it's about a 34.8 technically, and it drives extremely well on this truck. And again, as an all-terrain tire, it's perfect for all-around use. Everything from the daily driver commuting back and forth to work, for those of you who need a nice blend of using a vehicle as a daily driver or even getting out on the weekends to explore, it's going to do great. And so far, with all the travels that I've taken it on, it has performed flawlessly, even keeping a really low noise on pavements while driving at highway speeds, even with the aggressive look and the tread pattern that it has for being an all-terrain tire. So we have all kinds of different tires that we offer at Mule, but this is just one of the selections that we love, especially being a staff favorite. Next to that, we also have the upgraded wheels. Now these are going to be the Method race wheels, the 318 bronze, and these have a +18 offset. So basically what that means is the whole wheel and tire combination, we just moved out of the wheel well ever so slightly. And what that does is it gives you a nice kind of a aggressive looking stance, if you will, or kind of a poke, as some people call it. So when you're looking at the truck head on, you'll kind of see the wheel and tire just stick out ever so slightly from the body. And for the off-road nature of what this truck is, it really gives it a nice appearance and look, and it does really well. And overall, I absolutely love, for me personally, the appearance that these Method wheels give. They just blend really well with the paint color of the truck. From that, do note, of this size and offset combo that we have, there was a little bit of rubbing in the wheel well, but that's not too big of an issue. With a little trimming of the inner liner, you can easily clear that, or depending on how aggressive of an offset you want to do, there are options such as body mount chops, which basically just take a little bit off of where it's rubbing on the body frame there, and allows you to have a lot more clearance in that wheel well when you're off-roading or even turning with the wheel at full lock. But overall, having this size tire is great. It gives that just much more ground clearance and looks extremely well while being very capable with the Mickey Thompson AT tires. Now in terms of suspension, this is where a lot of things can go into a lot of different directions. With suspension, it really depends on how the vehicle is going to be used, outfitted, and basically what type of travels you're going to be doing with it. Now you can go in all kinds of different directions, whether you're doing off-road, Baja racing, you want serious rock crawling capabilities, long travel. However, for my suitability of the truck and camper combination that you see here, I needed something that would be able to offer not only good, adequate ground clearance within relative reasons, not going too crazy, and having the capability and comfort on and off-road. So I went with the Falcon Max leveling kit, the complete 3.3 system by TerraFlex, and it has been absolutely amazing. It does have a remote reservoir for oil cooling and that capability, depending on what type of terrain you're going to be traveling on, and making sure that the suspension is performing as it should. On top of that, it's also great is that there is tunability on the shock settings. So on both the front and the rear, you can dial in how soft or firm you want that ride to be, and that can also accommodate for the type of weight that you might be carrying if you have bumper modifications in the rear or the front, or carrying anything of a load in the back. So this suspension is a great starting point for somebody who just needs something that performs a lot better over stock capabilities, and being able to carry heavier loads while also being extremely comfortable off-road and giving you the performance and expectations of what you would want depending on daily commuting capabilities or off-road travel with the configuration that you see here. Now with the camper that you see in the back, we did take this a step further, and you can dive into this in kind of a multi-step process. Now to begin with, On top of the TerraFlex system that I just mentioned, we also upgraded to the Firestone Ride Right airbag system. And basically this is a complete replacement of your bump stops in the rear. And why this is unique for those who want their trucks to kind of be a Swiss Army knife, if you will, of the airbags offer the capability of putting heavier loads in the rear of the truck. So for those of you, for example, who have a four-wheel camper or anything that comes on and off the truck, depending on use, season use, weekend use, however it might be, the airbags allow you to inflate with the PSI, the air pressure in the back. You can just hook up a normal air chuck there and increase that, but it'll make sure that you're not sagging in the rear and give you the ride comfort that you want with the heavier loads in the back. Now, once it comes time to take all those items out or the camper out, you can deflate those airbags and get back to a normal ride height as you would with really nothing in the back or very minimal things in the back. Now, for my circumstance, this camper lives in the truck pretty much full time. I get out year round and travel on all seasons, including right now in the near end of summer, as well as getting ready to go out even more with the fall and winter upcoming. So with this camper in the back and being the weight that it is, we needed something to really beef up the rear end. So that's where we called upon Dobinson and got the heaviest rated coils in the rear for this 3rd gen Tundra. And those coils are about a suitable for 1,100 to 1,300 pound load rating with about a 2-inch lift. So all around with this suspension and those coils in the back, we gained about 2 inches of lift in both the front and rear, which is great. So with those coils in the back, it really helps the ride comfort and what we can do with the payload capacity in the back, making sure that it handles as it should off-road with this camper. I really love the Dobinson coils. They have matched perfectly, even with the TerraFlex system installed here on the truck. And quite honestly, the airbags aren't even really needed anymore because they don't even make contact. The rear coils from Dobinson actually pretty much take all the load and handle it with ease. Now again, the airbag system is there should we need it, if we ever add even more weight, which I hope we don't, but they are there if we need it. But also just to serve an example that you can go multiple different routes depending on how you're going to use your vehicle and what you're going to be carrying in the back. So again, there's a lot of different ways that you can go with it, but any type of question that we usually get as far as customers who ask what are some of the first modifications that you would do to the vehicle, it all really depends on how you're going to use it and the type of travels you're going to be going on and how often. But really it comes down to the trifecta of what we like to do. Is if we could do 3 things, it would be wheels, lift, and tires. Wheels are kind of the caveat depending on looks and appearance and overall needs. That can kind of dive even more if you're needing beadlock wheels for off-road situations of low pressure, PSI pressure in the tires, but that's a whole separate conversation. But otherwise, that 3 combo would be great. And if we could even narrow it down further to that, tires would definitely be your number 1. Anything pretty much over stock tires are going to be great because they're just going to be able to have the reliability that you want on off-road situations, especially when you're going on trails far off the beaten path. You're not going to really worry about any type of puncture or anything. That they're going to be much more minimal, but also be able to handle those roads with ease and giving you the confidence and traction that you desire. But when you marry them all up together, it's a really nice foundational starting point, and that's exactly where we started with this build. So with that, feel free to drop any questions in the comments below or reach out to our sales teams if you have any questions or interested in upgrading your vehicle. Our team will be happy to help you out. Thanks again everybody for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.